Arkansas Today.
Good afternoon. Thank you so much for joining us for Arkansas Today. I am Aaron Nolan. The U.S. Justice Department estimates tens of thousands of men, women, and children are being sex trafficked in the United States each and every year. But one victim in the system was able to escape her abuser at a Northwest Arkansas gas station. Peyton Yeager has the story.
A decision that could possibly mean life or death.
Human trafficking is modern-day slavery.
According to police, a woman jumped out of a car and then sprinted inside of this gas station looking for help.
Employees inside the Pilot gas station on Sunset Avenue didn't want to go on camera, but they tell me behind closed doors, a woman entered the store scared the man she was with was going to go ballistic on her.
Bravo to a brave, courageous woman.
Jenny Sorey is the founder of Hub of Hope in Northwest Arkansas, a nonprofit organization that offers healing to sex trafficking victims. She says this split second of freedom is rare.
1% of individuals who are trapped in modern-day slavery today actually have rescue and restoration.
Springdale police arrived to the scene to then arrest Barry Register. The woman told authorities Register was forcing her to do drugs and have sex for money. In fact, the two were prepared to meet a client at the Pilot Travel Center.
They have to bring in a quota every night.
Sorey adds, while this is a success story, she will keep raising awareness and training employees so there are more watchful eyes.
Peyton Yeager reporting. Peyton, thank you so much. According to the National Human Trafficking Hotline, 42 human trafficking cases were reported in Arkansas in 2017. The hotline has received 145 calls. To report a tip or to report a trafficking crime against you, call the number on your screen, 1-888-373-7888. You can also text tips. If you can rewind that just a little bit. Thank you. We can text tips to 23373. Apologize. Want to make sure we get those numbers out. It's very important that anyone who needs that information can get it. Rogers police are investigating a burglary that ended in a shooting. Officers responded to an aggravated burglary call around 4 Tuesday morning. Police say two people held a person inside the home at gunpoint. When officers got there, they heard gunshots and saw two masked burglars running away. No one was injured. If you do have any information, give the Rogers Police Department a call. Prosecutors and law enforcement around the area are taking part in a 3-day training session involving how they investigate crimes against children. The session at NWAC, called Crime Scene to Trial, includes training on what to look for at a crime scene and how to interview suspects and witnesses. At the end of the 3 days, the professionals will be put to the test at a mock crime scene.
Common sense tells us that experiential training is the most effective, so you can actually not be simply taught, here's the latest in best practices, but you actually get to put it into play.
The training session was put on in partnership with the Gunderson National Child Protection Training Center. The teenager accused of stealing a car, then crashing into and killing a Batesville man on the side of the road will now face felony murder and aggravated robbery charges. This according to Nashville police. 24-year-old Corey Taylor was killed Sunday morning in Nashville. He was in town for a Tough Mudder competition. Police say 17-year-old Nefarious Howard tried to take a sharp left turn during a police chase and hit Taylor, who was just walking on the side of the sidewalk. Howard was also injured in the wreck. A former state lawmaker facing numerous corruption charges pleads not guilty. Jeremy Hutchinson appeared in court in Little Rock Tuesday. He's facing a dozen counts of wire and tax fraud. Hutchinson is accused of using thousands of dollars of campaign money to spend things on himself. He resigned his seat last month. That was on the day he was indicted. As of today, he's got a trial set for October 22nd. Happening this week, a tow truck hauling a casket will be making its way through the natural state. The Spirit Ride is raising awareness for drivers to move over or slow down when you see an emergency vehicle. Statistics show a tow truck driver dies every 6 days. Just a few weeks ago, an East End driver jumped over the highway barrier on 67-167 in Central Arkansas to prevent an 18-wheeler from hitting him.
See it all too much out here. People two-hand texting, driving with their knee, or putting their makeup on, eating a sandwich. It's easy to get distracted, but yeah, it's the difference between life and death.
In Arkansas, a driver was killed in broad daylight in 2013. Now, there will be a presentation at Antioch Baptist Church in Conway Friday morning. The Spirit Ride will continue down Highway 40 with police escorts all the way over to Memphis. Texarkana board members approved the replacement of a failing timber bridge that provides access to several homes. A timber bridge on Rocky Creek Road is decaying. You see it there. It needs to be replaced. It's been in use for 40 years. The project's expected to cost more than $65,000. It'll be paid for with drainage improvement money.
It's very typical to see this in a timber bridge of this age. They typically don't last. Their lifespan is typically about 25 years or so. So it's time to be replaced.
Work will begin on the bridge in 6 weeks. Going to last about 5 days. President Trump will be in North Carolina as we look at what's happening today, surveying the damage caused by Hurricane Florence. Trump's visit to North Carolina comes ahead of the upcoming Kavanaugh hearing on misconduct. Christian Rivera pleads not guilty. The 24-year-old was arraigned today. He's been charged with first-degree murder in the death of 20-year-old Molly Tibbetts, who disappeared on July 18th while she was out for a jog. Today in 1796, George Washington set a two-term precedent after announcing the end of his presidency. In Washington's historic farewell address, he warned the nation of political parties and long-term alliances with other countries. Today in 2017, the bustling Mexico City experienced a 7.1 earthquake. A year after the shock, the capital city continues to rebuild from the damage.